Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ever, catch yourself looking at something like a really long fiberglass tube? You know those ones, and you're like, how'd they even make that?
Happens to me all the time.
Right. So today, we're going to dive deep, get into the nitty-gritty of how those super strong, lightweight materials are made. We're talking about pultrusion.
Yeah, pultrusion, it's pretty wild, actually.
Okay, so before we go any further, what is pultrusion? Give us the lowdown.
So imagine, like, weaving, but instead of yarn, picture fibers, right? And that these fibers get pulled through, like a bath of resin.
Okay, resin that's like industrial strength glue, right?
Exactly, super strong glue. And that fiber-resin combo, it then goes through this heated thing called a die, basically like a mold, and boom, out pops your consistently shaped, seriously durable material.
Whoa, okay, I'm already picturing it. So we're
Yeah.
talking serious strength, serious precision here. Sounds like you need some seriously skilled people to wrangle these machines, right?
Right. You got it. And that's where things get even more interesting. We're lucky enough to have some awesome insights from RoleCatcher for this deep dive.
RoleCatcher, for anyone just tuning in, that's this awesome career platform.
Totally. And they've got this guide on becoming a Pultrusion Machine Operator, which is perfect for today.
Yeah.
What I found super cool was that it's not just about, like, muscle memory. These folks got to be smart cookies, too.
Right, brains and brawn, that combo. So hit me with it. What does a day in the life of a Pultrusion machine operator even look like?
Okay, so it's way more than just pushing buttons and pulling levers, that's for sure. RoleCatcher breaks it down by career stages, which I thought was super helpful.
Ooh, I like where this is going. Levels, like a video game.
Kinda, yeah. You start as an assistant, learning the ropes, all the little details that make a huge difference in the process.
So it's like an apprenticeship, right?
Mhm.
Getting that hands-on experience from the ground up.
Spot on. And as you level up, you become a junior operator, and that's where things get really interesting. You're troubleshooting issues, basically like a detective of the machine world, RoleCatcher calls it.
No way. So it's like a puzzle every day. That's got to be super satisfying when you crack the code.
Tell me about it. But it doesn't stop there. You can keep climbing that career ladder to become a senior operator.
Ooh, senior level. So that's the boss level, right?
Pretty much. Leading teams, making sure everything's running like a well-oiled machine.
So there's real room for growth in this field, which is huge. It's not just a job, it's a whole career path.
100%. And we hear a lot about automation these days. Pultrusion's no exception.
Ooh, yeah, robots, AI, the whole shebang. That could be kind of scary for anyone thinking about a career, like, are robots going to take my job?
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. It's not like robots are coming to steal all the jobs, it's more nuanced than that. RoleCatcher actually points out how robots and AI, they're becoming more common, but they're not replacing humans altogether.
Okay, so it's not a total robot takeover. What's the catch?
It's more like they're changing how the job's done. Like, think about it. You've got these awesome machines now that can handle the heavy lifting, the repetitive stuff.
But somebody's got to program those robots, right?
Yeah.
And fix them when they go haywire, which they always do, or so I've heard.
Exactly. And make sure, like, the final product is actually good, top-notch quality. That's where the human expertise, you can't replace that, at least not yet.
So for someone who's thinking, hey, maybe Pultrusion is for me, what you're saying is being adaptable, being tech-savvy, that's key.
100%. It's like you're embracing the tech, but you're also honing those skills that make a human operator so valuable. Understanding the whole process, being able to solve problems like that.
Snapping their fingers.
Yeah, basically. And knowing how to fine-tune things to get the absolute best results.
It's like being a Pultrusion maestro. But instead of an orchestra, you've got a team of robots.
Love that analogy. But okay, let's get real for a minute. RoleCatcher does a great job of, like, the big picture stuff.
Right. Painting a picture of the career overall.
Yeah. But they also get into the nitty-gritty.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Exactly. They don't sugarcoat anything, which is great for anyone, who's seriously considering this as a career.
So hit me with, what are the perks? What makes this career path stand out?
So first off, job security is huge. Remember how we talked about demand for skilled operators? That's not going away anytime soon.
Right, seems like Pultrusion is everywhere.
Everywhere. And the industry's using it. Construction, transportation, even aerospace, renewable energy, it's blowing up.
So high demand equals good job prospects. Check. What else?
Earning potential is another big one. Pultrusion operators, because it's specialized, and let's be honest, the work can be demanding, they tend to earn a good wage. Often with overtime, too.
Overtime, always a nice bonus. Okay, so we've got job security, good earning potential music to anyone's ears, but let's be real, RoleCatcher mentions some downsides too.
Right. It's important to be upfront about that. The work can be physically demanding, being on your feet for long periods, potentially some heavy lifting involved.
Makes sense, given the machinery and all the materials. What about the chemical aspect of it? That's
Yep.
something that always comes to mind with these types of jobs.
Definitely something to be aware of. RoleCatcher does mention potential exposure to chemicals.
So safety precautions are like non-negotiable,
Absolutely. You got to know the machines, but you got to know how to work safely too. It's about responsibility.
right? Being aware of your surroundings, following those protocols.
100%. And speaking of being prepared, RoleCatcher, they actually have some really cool features to help with that.
Oh, yeah. Before we get to that, didn't you say they also provide some sample interview questions?
They do, like having a sneak peek into the hiring manager's brain.
Okay, spill the tea. What kind of questions are we talking here? Give us the inside scoop.
So one that stood out to me was, how do you ensure the pultrusion process is running smoothly? It's not enough to just list off the steps from the manual.
Right, they want to know you can think on your feet.
Exactly. They want to see how you solve problems, how you anticipate issues before they even happen.
So it's like a problem-solving test hidden in a question. Very sneaky. What other interview gems did you find?
Another one was, how do you stay up to date on industry advancements?
Like,
Right.
they're not just looking for someone who can do the job today, right? They want someone who's going to be there for the long haul, growing with the industry.
For sure. They want someone who's hungry to learn, who's excited about where the tech is going. Passion goes a long way, you know?
Totally. And that's where, honestly, a platform like RoleCatcher, it can be a game changer.
It's true. Think of it like your personal career coach, but available 24/7.
Right in your pocket, walking you through everything from what even IS Pultrusion to nail that interview champ.
Exactly. And for our listeners who are all about efficiency, working smarter, not harder, those AI-powered features they offer, game changers. Seriously.
Okay, break it down for us. What does AI-powered career help even look like?
So picture this. You upload your resume, right? And the AI, it analyzes it. It's looking for areas you can improve, maybe keywords you're missing,
It's like having a professional resume writer, but like a robot.
basically. But it gets even cooler. It can also suggest jobs, like specific openings, based on what you're good at, what you want to do.
That's wild. No more endlessly scrolling job boards. It's like targeted job hunting, laser focus. I love it.
Right. It's all about finding the right fit, not just any old job.
Now, that's something we can all get behind. And, this whole deep dive has really highlighted something I think is super important. We've talked a lot about the skills, the individual operator.
Yeah, like what you need to bring to the table.
Exactly. But it's not like they're working in a vacuum, right? There's a whole team, a whole system behind those amazing Pultrusion products.
Oh, absolutely. You've got engineers, designers, quality control, maintenance crews, the whole 9 yards. It's a team effort, no doubt.
And I bet that takes some serious communication skills, problem solving as a group, not just as an individual.
Don't even get me started. That stuff's essential, especially with tech always evolving, things moving fast.
Which honestly just makes it even more interesting, right? More dynamic. It's not just a job. It's like being part of something bigger.
100%. You're building the future, one fiberglass tube at a time. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
And on that note, I think we've officially reached the end of our Pultrusion deep dive.
Time flies when you're talking shop.
It really does. So for our listeners, if any of this piqued your interest, if you're like, maybe Pultrusion IS my jam, definitely check out RoleCatcher.
They've got even more info than we could cover today.
Way more. It's a gold mine. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one leading the next Pultrusion revolution. Until next time, keep those brains engaged, keep exploring, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.